We'll be starting our discussion session now. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Gilwani. He'll be our moderator for the discussion session. Sir, can you please take the dais?
There are some of these questions I just went through, quite interesting. We have about 6 questions which have come, 6 sheets, with some of them with a single question and some with 2 and 3. So what I will be doing is I'll just be reading it out, and I would suggest if any one of you can take it. Is there potential to actually put the project in the market, and how? Charge sharer.
Share project?
Charge sharing.
Or battery?
Battery sharing.
I don't see any potential for that because no one wants to share the charge. वैसे बैटरी सब लोगों के पास कम है. ऐसे मैं बोलूँ तो मेरे को तेरा बैटरी दे कोई नहीं देगा. And second, people have there's power banks. They can if they are going to for hiking they can buy 15-20 क्या बोलते हैं उसको power bank. And apart from that, there are charging through solar, through wind energy, through water energy. There are many funded projects, so I see no scope in that project. I'm sorry to say that. Try to change the source of the energy, source of the power. Yeah. So if they can come up with, because we have so much of sunlight over here, we get it everywhere. So yeah, they can just change it and try to go ahead.
Now this one is question again. You've spoken about creating a brand. If I have a working project which is 80% complete and as per my vision, how do I put that to the market? There are still aspects that can be modified. So should I release the first prototype or wait for the market to react?
First of all, you need to have a good market study, whether you are in a competitive space and it is unique. So if you are convinced, right, so there will be a competition. So sometimes you have to release the product early, be it very, not so perfect, and nothing is perfect in this world. So whoever is releasing out first, right, it will make it marks as long as the basic needs are met. So if you are very clear that it is going to hit the market, you have targeted the right space, right users, then definitely you should go for the first release, be it little scratchy or whatever, right? Now if you see, right, even the digital India, it may not be perfect, but the concept has been laid down and it is making sense there, right? So certain things will happen and it will happen as and when some clips will be here and there, but overall it will fit into the overall, whatever the thing, people will automatically get used to it. See, 90% of the people are followers, okay, there are 10% who will really that create that change or they will change. And anyone, typically our nature is that people don't like change, okay, so change is, everybody has some kind of resistance there. So you have to create that impact, and as long as you are very well convinced and you are targeting right place, then go for the early release. But if you are not convinced, then maybe there are ways like you can release to certain population, get the feedback, and then again refine. So beta levels and all those things can be also done, okay. But now if you see the speed is so much that every as he said, right, everybody is releasing app and all, what so there is nothing so great about it, right? So you have to really have some kind of unique things. See, things need not be very big nowadays. For example, now OYO or whatever these things, right? They don't have really real estate or the Airbnb, but their concept was there's something unique about it, right? So something I like here, which is not thought, maybe you should take it seriously a little bit and help them. The hostel outstation management thing, right? It came out pretty well, and if you can, as a college sponsor that as a platform that can be created as a product for the all set of colleges, because this will be common requirement, and they are telling we should not target just the hostel people, but similar cases could be for the outside people also, right? Coming from outstation, what challenges they face, right? So if we fund in right stage and do some quick prototype and release it out, right? Because somewhere some thinking might be going, but if you release it and try to market it well, right? So all other aspects also matter, like doing the marketing or because if you have very good product, but if you are not marketing and the awareness is not created in the market, then also your product will fail. So there are a lot of handles or the parameters that you need to take care of it. Okay, but this thing is like without the risk, there is no reward, right? So you will have to take some risks as long as you are convinced on yourself, and as long as you believe in yourself, and you are doing the right things, I think you will get the reward. Maybe sooner or later.
Yeah. So don't think that there is a perfect product, as Manish also said. So release it. Even after releasing it, getting customers or to use your product is a different challenge. So release a product, then check it out the reaction and try to keep on working on it.
How will you know that your product is 80% perfect? Well, as both of these people, these guys are saying, perfection is unattainable. It is self-iterating. Second, if you are ever thinking of branding, this is what you should do. This is what I did. And I'm sharing this multi-million-dollar idea to you how to brand. Okay, let's pitch myself. So what you should do is go to these websites like Indiegogo, then Kickstarter. I think you all know about these concepts, many of you guys. Just see, because we as an Indians, again, we have got no sense of design. Okay, I'll say it upfront on everyone's face. Because I have worked with so many designers all across India. I've worked with designers in Poland. I've worked with designers in Ukraine, USA. I've worked with people all across. But the design sense that we have is really very bad. Okay, so do this. Try to find out what. Suppose if you are selling an app or it's a product. Okay, like you're using Raspberry Pi or whatever. Just like go ahead and see what are the best sites who are actually, how their logos are, how their websites are. Because everything, the whole designing world is coming to something called as minimalism. So if you see any design, it is not that crazy. Okay, it's not that flowers are falling from here. If you see the colors, do you know something about color palette? Yeah, so there are so many. So number one, do this thing is outsource that whole thing to someone else, or if you want to do it by yourself, look out for what colors are the best people in the industry using. And to be very honest, design है ना वो like चोरी किया हुआ ही रहता है मोस्टली सब लोग. 50 या 70-80% तक सबका डिजाइन चोरी किया हुआ है. इनोवेशन इज वेरी लेस. ओके, 10 जगह से उठाओ, उसका एक मस्त बनाओ, हो जाएगा काम. ब्रांडिंग ऐसे ही सटासट हो जाएगा. This is what everyone does. It's not that I am trying to take you on a wrong path. This is what the whole industry does. And I am part of it, so I am just saying it to you upfront. And because I don't care what people think about it. So that's it. That's the way to go.
Okay. The next question is, where I would require first your reactions, Manish. What kind of skill sets should we concentrate on? Can we suggest any technologies that are emerging in the market? Now, I think this is aimed at more from job seeking point of view rather than creation. So,
see, as I told, right, the technology is picked up now. See, again, I am iterating. By the time I say something today, tomorrow something else. So Manish ने बोला था, लेकिन वो मैंने किया वो ऐसा हुआ नहीं. So I don't want to. I am telling the reality. So you need to have, as he said, passion. So if IT is your passion, today it's not a passion for everyone. Okay. So how the musician, right? It's a passion for him, right? Then only the music is becoming melodious, right? So if IT is a passion, which is not the case, because we know it's an industry where we are earning money fast. We all very well know. So typically everybody joins the industry for or join the IT stream just to make sure that अपना job पक्का हो गया. At least with higher probability, right? So again, it's not. So first you have to develop that passion, whether I really want to do IT or not. I am telling again. So when I go for the recruitment, right, my first question is, especially to telecom people, right, why you are coming for the IT interview? Okay, so that's the question that I ask, and then I see some kind of what is the response and all those things, whether they are honest about it or whether they are trying to just fool around me or whatever, right? So the thing is, you should question whether you are meant for IT, okay? And if you are thinking seriously, okay, I want to do IT as a career, right? So first you should make sure that you are passionate about that, okay? Then the other aspects I told, again I am stressing that you need to adopt with the changes are going to be more frequent. And then you have to have that patience, because certain times, as especially in the startup world, right, your product may not work upfront. Okay, I have personally seen ups and downs where when I will give my personal example. Okay, so I am into past 2-3 years into research. and I had some revenue targets. Okay, we have some business targets. In the second year, I miserably failed in my target. But in the third year, the target was just chappar phad ke, right? The revenue has gone up without beyond the expectations of my management. Okay. So you need to have that kind of patience, and the things will evolve around you. Again, now just for sake, what is, again I will say, what is prevailing today, right? That's what I say. But by the time you graduate, or no, maybe 1 year down the line, something else will be there. But today, if you see, you should focus on IoT, robotics and automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning. So these are the areas. Within that, technologies can be anything. But your logical ability is more important. How you can be creative in that areas, how I can, grasping power is important. So all these things are important. They form the foundation. Based on that, you can learn anything, okay, and anything and everything. But at the same time, you should not, jumble up yourself with too many things. You should become a specialist, okay? Because a jack of all trades is not going to help, okay? Although companies expect, but that is not the right, because you will land up in garka na khatka, right? So that is going to happen, okay? So once you choose the line, ensure that you are advancing in that line. For example, my career started with Java, okay? And there were certain opportunities where I had to decide. I was getting on-site opportunity, and it was in something else. Now people are crazy when it's their first on-site opportunity, right? So yeah, he already probably he has some experiences, or he knows about how it is. So, but I asked myself, right? Should I wait? I am sure if I am skillful, opportunity will come again. But it's not the right opportunity for me. So I waited. I ensured that my progression happens in what I have chosen for 2-3 years. I develop my skill, do the advancement, and then become a specialist, right? So it's like doing your BE, then you do PhD, or maybe MTech and then PhD, right? So you need to ensure that your alignment is happening at least at the foundation stage in the right line. Otherwise, you do something for some years, this thing, then I change now to something else. That kind of, you should not have that kind of focus diversion. So you need to have this kind of, so again I am telling you, you should be technology agnostic. The real skills are this passion, focus, and the flexibility and the dedication. These are the things that are going to help you. I am telling you again. Other things are going, whatever we had mainframes gone. Now client server gone. Now whatever Java is also not Java now. It is more beyond that, right? We talk so many things, right? But we have to, it's a survival instinct, right? So we have to, so what the basic quality is flexibility, right? If I am able to adapt to environment quickly, I am going to survive. And at the same time, you should increase. I find this today, that in today's generation, right? You are busy with WhatsApp and chit chatting and all those things, right? It's okay. I mean, colleges are fun days, but at the same time, you don't know where India is going. You should read Digital India. What is it means? I asked this question and there was no response in the previous lecture that I gave in the college. They were pretty blank about it. So you should ensure that what is happening in the industry. If you are really concerned, you should do some study on a regular basis where the industry is going. Right? That will give you an idea. Okay, what should I do at that point of time? Typically I read Economic Times particular section. I don't read the entire newspaper, but there is some section that comes in Economic Times which tells what are the upcoming trends. It comes once or twice in a week in that section. So you should read, and there are a lot of pointers that will give you an idea. Okay, now this is happening at this point of time. Okay, and there I should focus in those areas. Probably the market is going to go up there, right? So even your share stock analysis, right? Similar things, right? So it's ever changing. So there is no fixed word here. So you have to be just flexible to adapt it.
Yes. Next question which is there is, what are the criteria to be considered for creating a revenue model for a given project?
Yeah, we've already demonetized and so now it's time to monetize again. So see, number one thing is I gave you 2 examples right now. Okay, with this Castify thing. No, the VR guy, the one sitting behind me. This guy says that I want to do this app and sell it for only $1. Okay, now there are 2 different ways to earn money. Okay, either you can go in low quality, high volume, low price, that is one revenue model. The another revenue model is highest quality, highest price and less people. And that is what we have been doing. we are working with clients on like with the highest quality. Now when it comes to product, I feel that first of all you have to decide what are your expenses. Okay, then you decide that you want this much amount of people to come to threshold, like just to break even. That is what they say. And above that, you can then decide your price. And again, I'm focusing today. I'm focusing only on one thing, and that is providing solutions. Like as I said, VR and AR guys, you guys can go for solution-based approach, because if you, I didn't get your name. Can you say your name, please? Nikhil. Nikhil, as I said you, that if you are going to think about $1, like $1 is what, 70 rupees, like 7 vada pav nahi aata usme. Okay, and you are giving that freaking awesome thing. Okay, that to a child for learning this thing, which actually, like, it for me it doesn't make any sense, because you as a person invested a lot in first of all learning what is VR, then implementing it. So you should rather go on an like kind of what I said, solution based approach, where you can approach a museum, and I already explained that thing to him, so he can give this VR service, VR development service. Now coming to Castify, the guy sitting in front of them, for them the revenue model can be on pay per user, because they can set up, ask the companies to set up the radio channels, and the radio channels can charge their users on per like say per user basis, like 10 rupees per month or something like that, or 500 rupees, because 10 rupees बहुत कम हो जाता है. Then the guy with the AR one, this behind them, I forgot her name. Pratik. Yeah, what he can do is he can charge on and we already pay per snap basis, where he is going to charge for every snap, like 5 rupees for every snap that is being snapped through his his app or whatever it is. So I would say the revenue model, as I said, first of all decide what are the costs that is upon you, decide the break even. Try to find out, like if you have competitors, just find out what are they charging. Like to give you a best example of what we are going to launch is a maintenance service. Okay, so right now our competitors are charging about $40 a month. So we are taking to and what they do is basically $40 a month, and if you book the complete service, they give you 2 months for free. So that brings about $400 per month. So what we are doing is to initially throw out our competitors, we are charging $35 a month, and then if you go for yearly billing, we are going to give them 4 months of discount. But that still brings me more revenue. But there the competitor that I am dealing with is outside India, so he of course has got those costs, which is much more higher. So I have a chance of breaking his client very easily. So you have to do a lot of like kind of calculation in all those things, and if you are not good at math, take someone who is good at math, or else ask for a Gujarati guy. आप खुद गुजराती हो तो बेस्ट है, गुजराती सिंधी हो तो आपका काम हो गया. ये नहीं है तो दूसरे को पकड़ो, उसको बिठाओ कैलकुलेशन करने पे, 10% इक्विटी में दे दो उसको. That's the best way of doing it. Catch cash.
Like the approach of him and I are a little different. To be frank, I would think that try to see which market you are going to serve. It is the consumer market or the enterprise market. Consumer market right now, even if you see the big companies, let's say Facebook, Google, everybody lost a lot of money in the start. Even right now in India, Flipkart is losing a lot of money. So consumer market is difficult to crack, because what happens in the consumer market, you are going to charge a certain amount of small money or low amount from a lot of users. So it's very difficult to crack in the start. In the enterprise market, it is easy. Find 5 big clients, they are going to pay you, you are going to be set for it. So first try to see which market you are going to serve. Is it the consumer market or the enterprise market? That will decide what revenue you are going to charge. Secondly, do you have any competitors? If, as he said, if you have a competitor, price is one of the factors. Other factors are reliability. There are so many factors. So you may go for a high price and high reliability, or a low price and low price with high reliability also comes. So there are many factors to be considered. So as I said, enterprise or consumer, that's the main difference. If you have a good app, like even Snapchat, which is listing on IPO this week, it is still losing money. none of the big companies in consumer are making money. They will make money when they reach a certain threshold of users. So you have to decide which market you are going to serve.
I would like to add here, okay, so typically the IT industry, the way the revenue model has been working traditionally is like, we figure out, okay, project manager calculates, okay, I will need this much resources for this much time. But at the end, what customer gets, does he really want that? So in certain cases, yes, customer is very well excited about it and all those things. Yes, we have hit the target. But at certain situations, we have miseries also, right? Customer was expecting something and we delivered something else. And there are a lot of unhappy discussions happening, right? But the customer had to ultimately pay. But if you look in the industries like where consumeristic, right? So they pay for example, electricity bill, right? You pay for what you are consuming, right? Beyond that, you are not paying anything. So the best model that if you can, of course, there are a lot of thought processes to go behind, but if you can get on outcome-based model, okay, outcome, because what is mattering to customer is outcome. If you are delivering positive outcome, you will charge for it. If you are delivering negative outcome, you will not charge for it. That is the investment that you will have to take on your side, okay? But that has to be well thought, like he said, pay per use, right? So that is outcome based, right? Today I am charged for electricity people. In background there will be a lot of maintenance activity, a lot of support will be happening, but they are not charging us for that. Whereas in IT industry, it is not like that. It is like, I have work, you have to pay, right? And earlier it was too much. Now customer have become smart. So we do the other competition. We are telling, okay, I will charge little less, and then I will get the contract first. Then I will start demanding more. Like this is our one of our strategies. But if you want to think from customer perspective and if you want to really win their heart and create a difference, then it is an outcome-based model. But it has to be well thought. Otherwise, if you are not thought well, how much when your ROI is going to be starting, right? When you start reaping the profits, you should be very clear and you should have a very well background study. My investment is going this much, and then my very profits will come from this year. So that you have to balance it and you are very clear, then you go for outcome-based model, because there what you are sharing the risk with the customer, right? It is not customer at the risk. It is you are taking that risk as a partner with the customer. Then customer feel confidence that, okay, if I am getting positive outcomes, I will definitely pay for it. And more positive outcomes, you increase your level of payment also, right? So moment the brand becomes popular, then they charge a premium also, right? Correct? So those kind of things, right? So you should go for an outcome or pay-per-use model. That is the best model if you can, but it has to go through a very thinking structured process to ensure that how much you want to charge in market and what are your profit loss, when you are going to have that ROI, the profit earning cycle going to start, right?
Yeah. And one more model that you guys can think of is the recurring model. So if suppose you know that this is the fixed amount of money that I need per month, try to build clients that are going to pay you every month. In that way, what is the benefit is you will be just getting out all the overhead. So because when you run the business, the biggest issue that you have in your mind is how are you going to pay your employees. So if you can just try and figure out, like if you have few clients who are paying you less, but you know that these guys are going to pay me every month, just go and start serving them, because that is going to help you innovate. That's the another model that you guys can think of.
Thank you for such wonderful insights. I would like to thank Manish, Pratik, and also Kapil for sharing their thoughts and answering the questions.